Hey everybody, Dobie here. Today's video we're going to do what I did in my previous video, which was challenge heroic battle by a tactic lottoing my three majors before I do anything. And I'll show people how you can play from behind. It's hard to learn. Most Stratego players never learn how to play from behind. So we'll see how I do against Probe. It's pretty challenging. I've lost a couple times doing it, but it's a lot of fun. And if you can beat Probe all the time, it's worthwhile trying to see how you do, and it'll help you learn how to play from behind. So let's get started. Okay, expert, 5 seconds, aggressive. I like the aggressive style. I think that's the strongest style for Probe. It uses its scouts a little bit earlier, and it lottos a little bit more, especially in the middle and end game. So if it's a close game, you've got to watch out because Probe is very good at attacking unmoved pieces and avoiding your bombs. So be ready for that. All right, let's get started. I'm going to use this this setup. My setup's really not optimized, but it'll do. I have my three majors up front. I'm just going to lotto, and the goal of this, when you lotto three majors, is first you hope to find at least a captain, and then you hope to find maybe some other small pieces like a minor or scout or sergeant. And then you'll find some information. You're going to find either the Marshal, General, Colonel, or a bomb. And if you get lucky and your opponent's setup is poorly designed, you could wipe out a whole row and maybe get 4, 5, 6 pieces with your major. Ideally, you'd get like 3 or 4 pieces with your major, and then your opponent has to swap with a major. That would be really good. So you want to try to get as many small pieces as possible, but the real goal is to try to find the Marshal and to find the hind pieces, and then you make a plan on how to attack. And then ideally, you really want to target your opponent's colonels and majors, of course, but you want to try to get the colonels. And hopefully you have some information that will help you out, like maybe where the spy might be located, where the Marshal is. And then you go attack and do that. And then if you have enough small pieces, if you've captured enough small pieces at the end of the game, even if your opponent has 1 or 2 majors, you're still, if you're a good player, you're still probably going to win. So, and the bad thing is if you find bombs right away, if you find 2 bombs and maybe find a colonel, that's not that good. Then the game can be difficult. Now, Probe plays also, this is another good challenge because Probe plays a lot better when it's ahead and when it has a good lead. So keep that in mind. Also, when you do this, you don't want to reveal your high pieces right away. You want to try to keep them hidden until you're ready to trap a colonel, or maybe capture the general or some majors. You don't want to show your Marshal or general right away, so you want to try to avoid that until you have some targets. All right, let's get started. I'll try to play fast. Might be a little sloppy. See, now that's great. Anytime you get a captain for your major, that's really good. And now the bad part is your major is now revealed. So if I brought him back, I'd have to defend him, and then that would, unless I'm bluffing, that would show where my general or Marshal is. So a lot of times people, when they get a captain, they just keep on attacking with their major because especially early in the game, it's not that big of a deal losing the major because you have a captain. And you're going to get some information. The one thing is when you get information, sometimes it's time sensitive and you have to act fast. So you have to be in position to attack. So that's why it's a pretty good idea if you do this major blitz major Lotto blitz, you probably want to have your Marshal and General ready to counterattack. All right, so I'm going to just Lotto right up here. So that was kind of a bummer. So now we'll see if we get a Colonel. We didn't get a Colonel. So which way should I go? Should I go down this side? A lot of times it's good to go to the lakes, but if I go to the lakes, I might find, right away, I might find the Marshal or General. But maybe he has a minor here. Oh, now this is great. Now I got 2 captains for this. So this major was a real good success. I got 2 captains and a scout, and now we know where a colonel is. And usually where there's a colonel, the Marshal might be nearby, or the general spy might be nearby. So we want to check that. All right, now to continue with the major Lotto blitz here. Oh, so now I got 3 captains. So this game is really working out really good. Doesn't mean we're going to win, but we're getting a lot of good. So he had both colonels, interesting, behind the lakes. Okay, so now we know where both colonels are. And now I got all his captains. So that's not bad. Sacrificing 2 majors. I think most players would do that. And now I got a lieutenant. This could be a bomb. Yeah. All right. So we didn't find the high pieces. And now with me, with my bad memory, I forget which is the colonel now. This is a colonel. And is this a colonel? I forget already. Oh, wow. So you noticed, oh, this is a bomb. And I'm talking and I'm not paying attention. So we just want to, so now we got 2, even though we're down, so that's his other colonel. So even though we're down 3 majors, I'm up 4 captains. So this is a really good start, and 2 lieutenants, and I got half of his scouts. So it's looking good so far. Let's see, that's a bomb. Remember, or no, this was a bomb. Man, my memory is terrible. All right, so we have to back up. I have to scout that. I think that was a colonel. Oh, that's a sergeant. Okay, so that's good to know. So in the aggressive mode, sometimes he'll strike you. He'll think you're bluffing, and he'll... Well, so we got his colonel. So that's already helpful now. So now I'm up a colonel, even though I'm still down 3 majors. It's still a challenge here. Now I forget. That's a sergeant. This was a bomb. I guess that was this the colonel? Or was this the, I forget now. Okay, that's a minor. Okay. My memory's terrible. Let's see. Well, I want to see what that is. I'll swap. This might be the Marshal. Oh, it's a major. Well, that's good enough to get to. So I want to check what that piece is. We don't have a scout available here. We'll go with this scout. Oh, that's good to know. I'm not sure what that is. He had a colonel here, a major. Maybe that's his gen. You don't know where his general is. There we go. Now we do. Okay, so this could be a spy. I have to be careful for that. So then the Marshal might be over there. Now, the one thing Probe doesn't do a good job is defending its general. It's pretty weak at defending its general. I'd like to know what that piece is. I think that was the colonel. Oh, it was a lieutenant. Darn it. You don't want to do that. I lost where the colonel was. But we got the spy. So that's excellent. And I have a feeling this is the Marshal. Probe doesn't like to bluff, so that's helpful to know. Okay. Is this the Marshal? That's a colonel, right? Yes, that was the colonel. Let's see. This is most likely the Marshal, and we have two majors here. So maybe I should go this way. Now, is this his third major? I probably should test what that is. And it was a Marshal, so that was a pretty easy read. I want to target these majors. See, he doesn't know where my Marshal is yet. He probably thinks it's that. He's going to get my... Oh, he's lottoing. See, the Probe does lotto. I'd like to get that other major. Okay. Let's see what else we can do now. So it's always a good time to look at the scoreboard. I'm up a colonel, and I'm only down two majors now. I'm only up two captains, and I'm up two lieutenants. So it's not that bad. Oh, that's the aggressive play of... now he just lost. That was pretty bad. You win some and you lose some when you lotto. I think that's the aggressive mode. See, it didn't do that in other games. That's stupid too. Why didn't it run away? So probe can get stupid when it falls behind. So this is kind of anticlimactic. So he doesn't have anything except a lieutenant. So we just got to block so nothing comes down for the flag. So you can see how quickly a game turns. So now it's just a matter of coming up here and finishing off his few pieces. We'll go that way. So this was a fairly easy one because I got 4 captains right off the bat and 2 lieutenants. A lot of times you don't get a lot of information and you might not get any pieces. Then it becomes a lot harder to win. But it is fun. I have to really think when I play this way. Okay, he had all his pieces bombed in. You don't want to do that. This is terrible. This is whatever setup this is. It should get rid of it out of its database. He bombed in 3 scouts, a lieutenant, a minor, and a sergeant. So this is really moronic. Don't do that. Don't bomb in your pieces ever, ever, ever. Don't do it. It's stupid. So okay, so under 300 moves isn't that bad. We'll try it again. Let's see what we can do. We'll do the same thing. And again, the key is really not to reveal your high pieces. You don't want to do that. Maybe I should move that over here. Once you blitz here with your see, in the old version of the heroic battle, it didn't use its scouts so early. It usually came down. It basically did the same thing what I'm doing with my majors. It would come down and just attack with its captain or lieutenants to get information. And if you just put junk pieces up front like your scouts or sergeant, and then had majors in the front, you could wind up getting an early 2-3 captain lead, maybe 2 captains, two lieutenants after the first 30 moves, and then it was fairly easy to beat it that way if you just played defense and let it come forward and lotto its captains. So that's good. At least I got a captain, and so this is good. You always like to find Ideally, you want to find the Marshal, but finding your general is fine. So the general, so then usually it's usually 2/3 of the time the Marshal is on the other side. So there's about a 67% chance the Marshal is on this side of the board. Let's see, maybe we can find it. Maybe go here. Okay, we get a sergeant. Go down. Oh, I see. That's kind of a bummer. We only found the sergeant. So I'm glad he went that way. And maybe the Marshal's over here. This is probably a colonel, I bet. Oh, there we go. So it was on this side. So that's always a good tip to remember. If you find a Marshal on one side of the board, if you divide it down the middle, if you find a Marshal on one side of the board, the general is about 2/3 of the time on the other side. So, and now you also have to remember the flag, and this is roughly 70% of the time the flag is on the Marshal side. So we might want to target these. It's still a capture the flag game, so you might want to target these five spots. And then let me see if I can remember. Now this is the Marshal, right? And this is the general. All right. Let's see what that is. Marshal. Gotta remember. I always forget this stuff. I have terrible memory. It's amazing I can play this game at all. Okay, lousy sergeant. And we're not much up here. We only got information. I'm down 3 majors. I only got a captain and a lieutenant out of it. But I got the information. Marshal and general. So now what you might want to do then is target over here with your general or colonel. But I got to find something to attack. You want a lot of targets. Was this a bomb? I think that was a bomb. All right, well, let's see what this is. Okay, that's a Louis. All right. I think it was a bomb, and that's a Louis, and that's the Marshal, and that's the Gen. Maybe we'll just target we'll go after the general. A lot of times, this might be the spy, but we'll sacrifice. We'll see. I'm going to gamble. He doesn't do a good job of so we're slowly chipping away. Is that the spy? Is this a bad mistake? I think it would be there. Oh no, now we're in trouble. Now we have a game. Now we're in serious trouble. We are really screwed now. Oh, I gambled and lost. Well, let's see if we can make an epic comeback. I'm in serious trouble. Okay, that helps. Only got a minor. That sucks. We have to gamble now. I'm gambling this is a kernel. And it was. That helped. That helped a lot. He could go on a lotto spree. I could be in serious trouble here. I hope that's another major. That was a kernel. Okay. All right. That helped a lot. That really helped a lot. Now I need to get some captains. I need to get some other pieces before my general we swamp. Okay, so this is bomb. That's interesting. I need to get another captain. At least another captain. I think I'm trapped. I think I'm in a little trouble here. You're going to have to swap the generals. That was dumb. Why did it do that? That was dumb too. It did a lot of dumb things there that got me back in the game. Okay, it's a good time to reflect where we are. I'm up a colonel. I'm down a major. I'm up a captain, and I'm up 2 lieutenants. So if I can get a couple more captains, remember where the Marshal is. And he has 2 miners left. I think he knows where my flag is. I think that moved. Didn't it move? Oh, he took my... Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Yeah, that really sucks. And it did move. that move? No. I forgot everything now here. Okay, that's good. Well, that's good. Do I want to sacrifice? Let's see what this. Maybe this is a captain. That might be. This could be the flag, but I think it's in this corner. I might as well get my 5 out. That turned out great. That might be his last minor. We don't want to move that. We'd like to get our minor out. Oh, he's lottoing. Damn, I hate that. That's part of the game. Go down. Oh, so the flag is over there. That might be his last minor. Oh, he's gonna lotto. That sucks. I think this was bomb. Trying to figure out what he has. He's helping me out by lottoing. Oh, I didn't take that. And that's the Marshal. I got to remember that. And that's moved too. So I'm trying to figure out. We have 6 bombs. Are these all bombs? We have 6 bombs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The game is over. What am I waiting for? Jeez, yeah, pay attention. You can win games a lot easier than you think. Well, that was fairly difficult, especially when I gambled. But you see, Probe make some stupid mistakes, and on the aggressive mode, it tends to lotto every once in a while. But most of the time, it's pretty good at lottoing. But in this case, lottoing it cost it the game. So that was a nice come from behind victory. I got lucky there, but I usually win 18, 19 out of 20. It's not that difficult for a good player. If you're a solid platinum player, you should be able to beat it most of the time. But it does give you a challenge. You have to pay attention, and it helps to understand how Pro plays. Once you figure out how Pro plays, it's a lot easier to beat. I think a human player at a 400 level, 500 level would play a lot more difficult if you do this tactic, trying to go lottoing 3 majors to get lower pieces and gain information quickly. You have to be a really good player. You have to be really aggressive with your Marshal in general, but without tipping off your opponent where they are. And then it's a nice strategy. Maybe you want to try it. For all you platinum players, try it on an alias account. See how you do against real people. It's a lot harder because when real players that are good get a solid lead, they're going to want to swap. So if they're up 3 majors, they're going to want to swap every time they find a piece. So if you reveal your general right away, your opponent's going to bring the general and Marshal over to force you to swap your general. So you have to be very quick to capture your opponent's lower pieces, to find their majors and kernels so you can get back into the game. Probe doesn't do that as well. So that makes it a lot easier for, a good player to beat it. All right, I'm going to stop here because I have some stuff to do. But I hope this helps you out a little bit on how to beat Probe with this challenge of just lottoing 3 majors and hopefully getting lower pieces and information that can help you win the game. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.